Hi friends, welcome back. I hope you're doing well in the new year. Very happy new year to you. I've been reading a lot, and you can expect a lot of reviews from my channel in the next few days. So I finished reading this book last week. This is a novel by an Indian writer, Sinema by Vikram Singh. Cinema with an S, and the subtitle is The Bollywood Bungle of Andy Dougal. So it's a novel. Uh, it was published only like 6 months back, fairly recent. It's a rare thing in the sense that very few books on Indian cinema or Hindi films are published. So I'm happy to see this book. It's a novel. It's not a biography of any actor or an actress, or it's not about a film. It's a completely fictionalized account of, in a way, the inside workings of Bollywood or Hindi film industry. When If you are following Hindi films, you would know that often you would find headlines like underworld connection to the film industry, or award functions controversy, or when a film is released, some groups get up and they protest. And also, this novel goes behind the scenes, and in the format of a fiction novel, it brings alive the inner workings of the Hindi film industry, which we also call Bollywood. So it's a slim book. It's not very thick. It's very plot driven. So there are things happening very fast, and it is fairly readable in the sense that it's fairly engaging and quite easy to read. So this book is about an producer called Andy Dougal, the Bollywood struggle of Andy Dougal. Andy Dougal is Anand Dougal. He is in his mid 30s, and when we meet him at the start of the book, he's going through both a personal crisis and a professional crisis. Personally, his marriage is coming apart. He's going through a divorce proceedings with his wife. Then, professionally, he's in the middle of a film. The film is titled very hilariously "Koi Hil Gaya," which is a pun on a film that was released some years back. So the film is going nowhere. The shooting is stuck. His finances have dried up, and he is in trouble, big trouble, with the financiers, and underworld has got involved. And yes, you keep hearing the headlines about drugs and alcohol abuse in film industry. So there's a lot of that in this book. So Andy Dougal is a second generation filmmaker. His father was a fairly successful filmmaker, and his father passed away some years back. What we learned right in the beginning. Andy Dougal has a production house. He's been producing films. Lately, his films have not done well. He is banking on this particular film, Koi Hil Gaya, to get him out of trouble. This typically happens in film industry, that you are in trouble. The one way out of the trouble is make a film that will get you out of it. So that is what he's banking on it. But his film is stuck. His lead actor, Karan Khan, is giving him trouble, not giving him dates. He's got a fracture now. So things look very bleak, and that is how the novel starts. And then you're taken headlong into a whole lot of cocktail of things like, underworld, uh, Andy's struggle to get dates from the different actors, this concept of filmy parties, what happens in those parties, all of that is here. Uh, there is an underworld connection which through which you get to know how underworld and Hindi film industries kind of interact. Nowadays, one talks about OTT platforms, so there's a bit of that in this novel. There is also the thing of corporate finance. And interestingly, the writer of the book, Vikram Singh, has also inserted himself as a character in this book. He is playing himself, a writer, and he appears in the second half of the book. Interesting thing about filmmaking is that there are so many aspects to it. There is the script, there is the actors, there is the production and the shooting part of it, financing part of it. So all that is dealt nicely in this book. Pretty fast paced. It's plot driven, so you do not get time to think about what's happening, because you are on a ride which is like a fast paced ride, and you actually end up turning pages. and before you know it, you are really towards the end of the novel, which is like a climax of a film. Fairly well done. I think it's a good effort. I would love to see more books like this. And yes, a few things. There is a lot of interesting asides on the press and the media and the PR that happens in the film industry. What goes behind the film awards? That's a very interesting and fun bit, and you will be surprised to know a lot of things that happen behind the scenes in the film awards. Then yes, narration. So in there is a in the Hindi film industry there is a tradition where if you have got an idea, a project, and you want to either cast an actor or go to a financier or go to anybody who you want to be part of the project, there is something called a narration. So you narrate the script. And interestingly, in real life, each director has their own style, and it is not mentioned here, but Rakesh Mehra, the guy who made Rang De Basanti and Delhi 6 and Bhag Milkha Bhag, has a very interesting and famous style of narration. So when he's meeting an actor, he would take the script with him, and then he would sit with the actor and narrate the script, and he would narrate it very slowly in his own peaceful style, and his narration would take sometimes 10 hours or 12 hours. So once when he had gone to meet Manoj Bajpayee for Aks, his first film back in 2002, he wanted Bajpayee to listen to the script and get excited about it. So he met him, and he started narrating the script. And Manoj Bajpayee is the kind of guy who actually is a bit impatient. So after some minutes, he told Rakesh Mehra that, yeah, why don't you do one thing? You have a script with you. You please give it to me. I prefer reading. I do not want to sit through the narration. That's not my style. So that is Rakesh Mehra's style. And then there is Vishal Bhardwaj, who has made many films, whether it's Onkara, whether it's Makbul, Heather, so many films. And he's obviously a great filmmaker. He's also got his own style of narration, which again takes time. So there is an important section in the novel about the narration and the context of narration and how it happens, and how people involved in that look at the narration. Sometimes you get bored, but you want to get ahead with the project, and you nod your head and you say, "Okay, let's get going." So yes, a lot of things about film industry are in this book. I am happy that this book has come out. Vikram Singh is actually a writer for ad films and films. He was initially in Delhi. I knew him through a friend. He used to make ad films, and he's in Mumbai for last, I think, more than 10 years. He makes ad films and he writes, and this is his first novel. So yes, you please pick up the book if you have interest in Hindi film industry, if you want to know a little more about the film industry and go beyond the headlines. This is a book you can pick up. I enjoyed it. And yeah, I mean, I wish there would be more books on Hindi films. I love reading about cinema. And this is one kind of book, which is a fictionalized, fast paced narration, fairly easy to read. And yeah, so I'm happy that this book came out, and I would recommend it to anyone wanting a nice, interesting read about the Hindi film industry. So pick it up, and thank you for watching my channel. And yes, I'll see you again soon. Thank you.